All right. Welcome to Wine Tasting with Fortuity Cellars. I'm Emily Fergestrom, and
I'm Lee Fergestrom.
we started Fortuity Cellars about coming up on 4 years ago, but we've just had wine in bottle for about 2 years now. I grew up in the Yakima Valley, so when Lee and I were thinking about starting a business, we thought, where would we want to do this? And we just, but for me, it was coming home, which was fun. And I'd been gone for about 20 years, so it's been fun to see how the valley's grown. And we love wine.
Yes.
So
there's that.
all right. Well, so we've been doing this for a couple of years. Just finished the completion of our new winery. It's back behind us a little ways. Between those, you can see some plum trees in the back there. So it's back there. And we finished it earlier this year, and then had to go through all the licensing and set to open in April. Which with COVID, we haven't been able to open officially. We're open for curbside, but we'll get there. We'll get there soon, and we'd love to invite you out to do tastings here. But in the meantime, we're doing wine tasting kits, and we are just super happy and excited that the McIlrath Farms wanted to try them out at their pickup. And so they carry our wines and have for about a month. So the tasting kits are a fun way for you to be able to try 3 different wines. It is equivalent of 10.2 ounces, so 2 good sized glasses. So pace yourself if you need to, or share the tasting with a friend. And so we'll tell you a little bit about the wines, a little bit about the growers that we source our grapes from, which are all in the Yakima Valley. And so what are we gonna tell them what we have on the lineup?
Yes, so we have 3 wines: our Viognier, which is this guy right here, and our Sauvignon Blanc, this guy right here, and then our red today is one of our popular red blends called the 50-50, and it's 50% Syrah and 50% Malbec.
All 3 of these wines, like I said, you can buy at McIlrath. They have them in stock there. You could also order them online, and we're happy to deliver, but we encourage you to buy them from McIlrath if you're heading out there anyway. So tell them a little bit about the Viognier.
Yeah, so the Viognier, the grapes come from a vineyard called Marcella, managed by Patrick Ron of Two Mountain Winery, and we source everything within, hyper local, within 16 miles for most of our vineyards. There's one exception, which is on Red Mountain, but this is about 7-8 miles away from us, and again, managed by Patrick Ron, and we wanted just a very crisp and clean white wine, and so this we produce in stainless steel, and it's a beautiful kind of pear and guava notes to it.
Yeah, so this is really a favorite of a lot of chefs because it's just the most versatile wine when it comes to pairing with food. You can use it as an alternative to sparkling and pair with raw oysters. It's a really great wine with any soft cheeses. Sorry, I'm coughing. You better take over and talk about
Yeah,
pairings.
soft cheeses are great.
It's our Taco Tuesday wine,
Yes.
which Lee is a big
I'm a
fan
huge
of
fan.
tacos. So
Yes.
Asian fare, when you're thinking about 4th of July coming up, pop it in the cooler. It's got a screw cap, so it's super easy. Great with summer pastas, chicken skewers off the grill. So it's really an awesome wine. And like I mentioned, it has a screw cap, so it's also great if you're on the boat. You don't have to worry about having a wine opener.
Yeah.
And
But we were thinking Yakima summer nights when we thought of this wine because it's an easy summer sipper. It's awesome. So you will definitely enjoy it.
yeah, and we're going to be making this one again in 2020, so you'll be able to purchase the new vintage next year. So,
Yes.
and this one also has a screw cap.
Yes. So the Sauvignon Blanc, also managed by Patrick Ron and folks at Two Mountain Winery. This one's right in front when you park at Two Mountain. It's a vineyard called Schmidt, old family name. And so this Sauvignon Blanc, we produce it in stainless steel primarily, but one neutral French oak barrel, just to kind of round off the finish a little bit. You'll get more kiwi and melon notes on it with a nice soft finish. This is quite lovely.
Awesome. Can you tell a little bit about fermentation on that one?
Yeah, a little bit. You want to tell more?
So this was a really fun one. This was the first time we had worked with Sauvignon Blanc. So we were thinking, Sauvignon Blanc is made around the world. It's very popular in France, in the Bordeaux region, Loire, also in New Zealand and South Africa. And so we really wanted to make something again that was crisp and clean. But we also wanted to see what the influence of oak would be on Sauvignon Blanc. So we put most of the wine into a stainless steel tank and then kept 1 barrel of oak. And the intention was that we were thinking that we would bottle them separately so that people could see really how the oak influences a wine. But being that we're a small winery and we make the decisions along with our winemaker, but we make decisions on like, hey, if we want to kind of experiment and we want to take a little bit of that oak barrel and see what the influence would be on wine and tank, we can do that. So right before bottling, we kind of made the decision after doing some trials, and actually really liked the little touch of the neutral oak. It's not oak, so for you folks out there that may not be oak fans, really what the oak did on this was bring a little bit more weight to the palate. So you're gonna the body of the wine, and you're gonna have just a little bit more body. You're not gonna get that oakiness, you're not gonna get that butteriness. It just actually has more to do with mouthfeel. So that's what we did, and yeah, we love it. This is awesome, an awesome wine with food. This one is a great fish, grilled halibut, also any of your summer pasta salads, different salads like that. Gosh, I'm blanking on some other things. Dungeness crab, so yeah. Crab cakes are awesome. Mm-hmm. But good just sipping too. So
yes.
There you go. All right.
All right. And then our 50-50. So I mentioned the 50-50. It's one of our most popular red blends. 50% Syrah, 50% Malbec. This comes from Viognier Vineyard, which is just down the road, the other direction, and over by Owen Row, actually. Probably, how many miles away from us?
It's 4
or 5 miles. Yeah, so super close to us. And what's cool about this is the Syrah and the Malbec from the same vineyard, just a few rows apart from each other. One's a little bit higher up the hill than the other, but super close. So the blend is basically from the exact same spot. The Malbec has got those typical earthy notes, some tobacco and leather notes, very soft in style, even though it's a big kind of profile varietal. And then the Syrah has got some nice spice to it, kind of more baking spices, but the spice and the body of the Malbec make a beautiful blend, and we really, really enjoy it. So, and Viognier Vineyard is a cool spot.
And one thing, we've had a number of chefs work with this one as well, and one of our favorite local chefs is Sean Niles and the Fat Pastor team, and they played around with this for a winemaker's dinner earlier this month, and I loved how they described it. And they really just said the Syrah, you kind of get the Syrah first, you get those nice baking spices on the nose, and the softness and maybe a touch of cherry notes, and then just the Malbec finishes it. It picks up right where the Syrah left off, and you get the body and the fruits, and like Lee said, the leatheriness and the earthy notes on that. So it really shows both those grapes really well. So we also have these, you can buy the bottle just Syrah and just Malbec, and so you can kind of see the influence of that when you try the 50-50. But it's a very fun blend. Did we tell them how we came up with the name?
No. Tell them about the name.
All right. So when we first started our winery, we did have a blend that was 50% Syrah and 50% Malbec. And just with timing and having to get the labels approved and get bottled, we didn't really come up with a name, so we just called it Red Blend. And it instantly was really popular because you have kind of this cult following of Syrah and Malbec. And yeah, so we would take it out to these different wine festivals and places where people, have a little ticket and they can go try some different wines. And a number of people just kept coming up and saying, hey, somebody told me that you guys have this 50-50. kind of blend. And we're like, oh yeah, here it is. It's called the Red Blend, blah, blah, blah. And as the year went on and we were getting ready to do the next vintage, we just kept saying, like, maybe we should just call it the 50-50. Like, that's what it is. It's 50% Syrah Malbec. Fortuity is also about, you know, kind of those fortuitous moments in life, those chance moments, those times you just take advantage of these chance moments that present themselves. And so in a way, you're taking a 50-50 chance. So we were like, oh, it kind of fits in with the whole Fortuity brand as well. So that's how it came up with its name.
Yeah, it's a super unique and fun blend, and it's really delicious. Hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, so thank you again for tasting along with us. We can't wait to have you out to our winery just off of Yakima Valley Highway, about 15 minutes south of Yakima. Hopefully soon. But in the meantime, keep supporting local businesses like McIlrath. We want to thank them for supporting us and supporting many other small businesses. Hope you all have a wonderful time, and let us know what you think of the wines.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I put this on the little tasting sheet, but you can follow us on Instagram, you can follow us on Facebook. We also have an e-newsletter, so feel free to go to our website, fortuitysellers.com. Sign up. We do some exclusive offers, especially since we can't be open right now, so we send a lot of things out by email.
Yeah.
Okay?
Cool.
All right.
Thanks everyone.
Guys.